Uh, Good evening. I'm Lati. Ila. Wait. Relax. Relax. Hi, I've been friends with Dindo for the past 20 years. So normally, if the best man, I'm supposed to give the speech with regards to how I know Dindo, things he did, things we did when we were younger, yung kanyang love life, and incriminating stuff about Dindo. Pero I'll try to do it differently. And instead, I'll talk about Dindo as a person for those people who don't really know him for better appreciation kung paano ko nakikilala si Dindo. Okay, una, I know Dindo, he's a very good son. Dalawa lang sila, Dindo, panganay, tapos si Ryan, nandito sa tabi ko. I experienced this personally when Dindo was a couple of years back, when Dindo was always at the bedside ni Tito Hermie. It was couple of weeks, and he was always there. Lagi nagbabantay kay Tito Hermie, doing research, trying to find out what he can actually do and how he can make things better at that time. And as a son naman to Tita Marian, alam ko sobrang bait niya. That's why pag pumupunta kami doon, lagi masarap yung kinakain namin for lunch. Kasi ganun siyang kamahal ni Tita Marian and ganun siyang kabait na anak kay Tita Marian. As a student, we've been classmates since grade 7, all the way until we graduated high school. We were always together. Dindo actually served us as an inspiration to me when nag-aaral kami. Dindo kasi sobrang talino niyang tao, and he always had the best grades in class. Siyempre, kung matalino yung kasama mo, you always had to excel. And kailan mong pantayan, kasi kung hindi, mawawala ako sa honor section. So, he was always there, and we always had study groups together. And surprisingly, pumasa naman ako ng high school. Hindi ako mopya. Dinaya lang namin yung grades. And in school, he was very athletic. He had actually a balance yung life ni Dindo nun. He was excelling well in academics, and he was a varsity player, basketball varsity player when we were in high school. So it wasn't just all work. It wasn't all just studies for Dindo. He managed to live a balanced life. Okay, wait lang ah. Okay. Okay, kasi Dindo rin was yung heartthrob nung aming school. Pero bata pa kami nun, so everything was irrelevant at that time. So okay lang yun. Kahit na lagi siyang iniimbita sa mga prom, pero okay lang yun. Nasa Woodrose naman kami nun, pero hindi mo kami pinapansin eh. Okay. True to story life lahat yun. Okay, he's also dedicated to everything he does, work. Again, nakita ko na si Dindo, yung dedication niya sa work. This is a guy who actually works 24/7 all the time. Saturday, Sunday, Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, lagi siya nagtatrabaho. And you could actually see kasi malayo na narating niya when it comes to his work or his corporate life, all the way from OJT sa Shell, IBM, then Microsoft. Ganun din sa sports. He's very dedicated when it comes to his basketball and whatever he does. Friends, pagdating sa kaibigan, he's a very good friend. He's always there for all of us. I can't really speak for the people na nakilala niya sa college, but I'm speaking with regards to sa mga kami nung high school. He's a very good friend. Okay, next one. Okay, I've mentioned that he's a good son, he's a good student, he's dedicated. Okay, next is Dindo is a very loyal person. Okay. Buong panahon na nakilala ko si Dindo, before me, isang babae pa lang talagang iniyakan ni Dindo. At ayun ay si si Debbie. Okay. But aside from that, I actually had the privilege of I actually knew Mia way before. Kasi mas nakilala ko pa yata si Mia way before Dindo, but Dindo didn't really find out na Mia was the girl she was going to marry until a couple of years back in Coffee and Greenbelt. Well, when I saw Dindo and Mia together, I think I did tell Dindo na ito na yung girl na papakasalan niya. And true enough, 1 year after, ito na nga yung babaeng, well, they're here now. Mia actually changed Dindo in a couple of ways. One is, Dindo was never really creative. He was always boxed. Parang he takes risks, pero they're not really that calculated risks. Then I saw this when he proposed kay Mia. I actually saw it on Facebook lang. Na when he proposed sa hot air balloon, that was very creative. Yes or no, wala kang talo. Kasi either mag-yes ka, okay kayo, or if she says no, tatalong ka na lang sa hot air balloon, di ba? Buti na lang. And I did mention about Dindo's being dedicated to work. Okay, Dindo's very competitive. And it's actually one of his, for me, it's one of his strengths, and at the same time, it's one of his weaknesses. And I think Mia was able to balance that out. Dindo kept on working all the time, and sometimes he didn't really find time for himself, except for basketball on Sundays. So Dindo, I hope Mia transforms your competitiveness, imbis na weakness, maging strength. Kasi if you work too hard, pag-uwi mo sa bahay, pagod ka na. Okay, and there are some things that Tita Marian is expecting from you guys in a couple of months. Okay, so, pressure. Okay. Alright. Anyway, all together, keep this short now. Dino's a good son, a good student, a dedicated person, a loyal person, and a very competitive man. I think if you put all of these qualities together, I think that would be a very good husband material, and eventually good father material when it comes to your children. So, ayun, I'll just tell, okay, congratulations, I'm really lost. Alright, guys, I'd ask you to raise your glasses or whatever's in your glasses. Alright, isang malaking kampay para sa aking kaibigan at para sa kanyang asawa. Kampay.
Alright, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Pagising lang. Alright, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, principal sponsors, distinguished guests, family and friends of the Fernando and Almeida family. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Michael Ryan Fernando, the younger and only brother of the groom. Although younger, I'm already married. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Apple, and my two lovely children. There's Sophia and Carlo, somewhere there. So we now, a little background, now we now live in Davao City, and we flew here to Manila to become part of this beautiful celebration of my brother, the dashing Dindo, and the enchanting Mia. They look great together, right? So, enough of me, no? Tonight is about Dindo and Mia. So I would like to congratulate the two of you for a very solemn and beautiful wedding ceremony. All right, so, you know, my brother comes by a lot of names, no? From Dindo to Dins, sometimes Dog, even Fernando Squared to one of the Lasallian brothers at De La Salle Zobel. Despite these numerous names, I always call him my kuya. Everyone would look at me and wonder when I call him kuya. Because aside from him being so tisoy, soy looking, and me somewhat, on the brown side, I am also on the heavier side in terms of weight and physical size. So sometimes I pass like I'm the kuya and he's the little brother. But, I'm the younger brother and he is my kuya. Yeah, nevertheless, I am still his little brother and he will always be my big brother. He has been a good role model in all my life, and I have always been following his footsteps in everything that he does. Ever since we were little kids, I have always tried to do what he has been doing because I always wanted to be like him. I knew that basta nagawa ni Kuya, I know this would be good for me. To cite you some examples, no? When he was a Cub Scout back in grade school, I wanted to be a Cub Scout as well. So I joined as Cub Scout in Colegio San Agustin just to follow in his footsteps. When he joined the small basketeers team in grade school in De La Salle Zobel, I also joined the small basketball team. From grade 7 until he graduated in high school, he was consistently in the honors class. While for me in grade 7, I was in the athletes class. But I wanted to be like him, so I studied hard so that I could also end up in the honors class. Although it took me 2 more years before I entered the honors class in my junior year, nevertheless, I was still able to follow in his footsteps. When he joined academic contests during high school, I also joined academic contests. The only difference is that he won more, he got more medals, I got, I think, 1 or 2. When he graduated, he took up manufacturing, engineering, and management, or MEM, in De La Salle University. When I graduated, I took the same course in the same school. When he joined the DLSU rowing team, I also joined the DLSU rowing team. When it was time for him, for his on-the-job training, no? He applied and got accepted at Pilipinas Shell, at the LPG department, to be more exact. When it was time for my OJT, I also applied at Pilipinas Shell and also got accepted at the LPG department. The only time that I did not take the same path is when he joined the Mr. and Miss Intramurals. Referred to, in our school as Mr. and Miss Lacan in high school. Well, I didn't join because, I did not have the physique that he had back. But now maybe I can join that contest, no? What do you think? So anyway, he joined that Mr. and Miss Intramurals, and he won. He won Mr. Lacan. So that's how good looking he was. Or probably it was the question and answer portion, which was he answered it very wisely. You see, all my life, he has always been my big brother. It seems he has been holding my hand and guiding me so that I could be successful in my own life. From grade school until I took my on-the-job training, he has been always there to guide me. After my on-the-job training and ready for a real job, I have learned so much. The foundations have been built thanks to my kuya. Well, if you are wondering if I also got a job at IBM, no? Like his first job, well, the answer is no. With his great help, I was able to stand on my own and get a job at Procter & Gamble. It was not easy following in the footsteps of my brother, because in everything that he did, he excelled and was very successful. Sometimes I would think, getting into the small basketeers team when we were kids was because we had the same last name. In high school and college, since he was very successful, as Lati mentioned, he was always top of the class. And I would end up in the same class, or under the same professor. They would often ask me if I was Dindo's brother. And since he excelled so much, they would expect the same for me. So it was little pressure, but it helped me through my life. I would never regret following in his footsteps because I have learned a great deal in doing this. And I don't think I would not be where I am today if it weren't from the learnings of my kuya. God may have given me only one brother, but he made sure that my kuya was all I needed. God had blessed me by giving me you, and I am happy that he is returning this blessing through the lifetime of happiness that you will experience with Mia. To Mia, welcome to the family, and thank you for bringing joy to my kuya's life. I know you will be a wonderful wife to him, and I know he will take care of you always as he has taken care of me. Obviously, the both of you are so overwhelmed with joy, and I know that with God as the center of your relationship, your love and happiness towards each other will continue to grow forever. As I was pondering on what to say, for my speech, I came across one of these samples from the internet, and here it goes now. Dindo and Mia. Every great relationship starts with rings. In the beginning, the phone would ring, and just the thought of speaking to one another was exciting. Your love grew, and so did your commitment to each other. The engagement ring soon came after. There were no doubts. Your love was true. The engagement ring has now turned into a wedding ring, and we are all here today to celebrate your marriage. Now, of course, the suffering begins. So, congratulations to Mia and Dindo. I wish you both peace and happiness. Cheers.